What's up everybody, FP Sticks here coming at you with another round of Go Battle League battles, this time in the Element Cup. You may be telling yourself right now, that doesn't look like FP Sticks, and that doesn't sound like FP Sticks. Alright, got me. I'm actually the TheBiebsBro from TheBiebsBro TV, just helping out my friend Taylor. He does a lot for our community, and just wanted to pay him back in some way. So we recorded these battles in the Element Cup the first day it came out, and Element Cup kind of gets a bad rap for being RPS and not very fun, etc. A lot of people don't want to spend the Stardust on the Mons, which is understandable. So what I did to build my team was I built Pokemon that I knew I could power up for Great League. So I chose a rank 1 VULPIX that would evolve into a rank 1 Ninetales for Great League, and a Ducklet that had pretty good IVs, and I double moved both of those. I already had a Cottony from the last little cup, so I just reused that, and it's single moved, which isn't a big deal for this league. So without further ado, we'll get to these battles and see how we do. Something you should know, I had not played a battle in a week at the time of recording these battles, so I was very rusty, and I make several mistakes throughout the matchups. But we also make some pretty good plays, and we see some very good opponents. This Ducklet versus Ducklet Mirror, I had no idea what was going on. I get Brave Birded and it one-shots my Ducklet. He swaps out right away because of his debuff and comes in with his Slowpoke. So after seeing how much damage that Brave Bird did, I was like, I'm shielding everything. So I was able to farm down the Slowpoke. I come out of this with a move on my Cottony, which is pretty good for us. Comes in with a Bulbasaur, totally hardwalls me, but I realized that this guy switched out already into his Slowpoke, and he's locked into this. This was a misplay by the opponent. I come in with my Vulpix, and I get a hefty farm down there, down 2 shields. I'll be able to rip off 2 of these body slams. I know this guy's not going to want to Brave Bird again. He'll debuff himself, and I'll be able to farm him down with my Cottony. So I rip off 2 body slams here. I'm going to get hit by a move here. It's a Bubble Beam, we can live that. And we make it to this next debuffed body slam, and we save the move on the Cottony. So we come in and snipe for the win. So first match back in a week. We're playing in the 2800 range, for those wondering. And we do come out with a dub. So it feels good. I'm like, all right, little cup, it's not that bad. Element Cup, it's okay. All right, so we get a Cottony lead this time. You'll see a theme here. A lot of the teams are pretty similar. There's like 5 or so Mons that are much better than the rest of the Mons in Little Cup. We get farmed down by a Slowpoke here, but at least the Slowpoke's not going to be on our Vulpix. So we meet it with our Cottony here, and we're shielding everything. Moves do way too much damage in this league. Gets to another move. That's not good for us. We have a lot of energy. We're not going to let this go. We have to double shield this. Comes in with his Ducklet. Shields a Seed Bomb. We go with our Vulpix. We're in trouble here. Things are not looking good for us. He Bubble Beams us, which is not that bad. So the debuff Body Slam probably gets a shield here. It does. And we have to live this Bubble Beam to rip off the next Body Slam. Let's see if we do. Just barely. Looks good for us right now. Ducklet, very low HP. 1 charm knocks it out. Oh, he swaps. Okay. He swaps to eat the charm on his 1 HP Mon, but unfortunately both go down to the charm. Very good battler here. Leads with a Chikorita. This is another Mon that you'll see pretty frequently in the Little Cup. Gonna let this Body Slam go. We live that easily, and we're met by a Ducklet. Okay, so we're gonna fake the Brave Bird and throw the Bubble Beam here, and we get the shield. It's very good for us. Unlikely that the opponent would double shield in this scenario, so we're gonna throw the Brave Bird here, and the opponent does not. I make a swap here, which is kind of a questionable play. I was debuffed on my Ducklet, but I think maybe staying in hindsight was the better play, because then I could meet this Chikorita with my Vulpix. These Body Slams do a good amount of damage still. Okay, so I identified that since he came in with Chikorita against my Cottony, it's not a great matchup. So he was probably weak to my Cottony in the back, which he was. So shielding the body slam from the Chikorita was a good play because Chinchou is absolutely walled by Cottony. VULPIX gets the farm down and we will take the dub. 3 games in a row. Looking pretty good in Element Cup so far. Let's see how we do in game 4. Alright, so we see a Shadow VULPIX here. These body slams will do a ton of damage, but the opponent swaps out right away. So once again, we're going to go for the Bubble Beam bait here. The opponent beats us to the move. We shield the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace would still do a decent amount of damage, but we get the shield back on the Bubble Beam bait, so opponent's debuffed. And I probably should have shielded that after identifying that they were running Aerial Ace and Brave Bird. But we do get a nice farm down here with Ducklet. This thing is the best answer to Ducklet in Element Cup. Chinchou is very good. It's running Bubble Beam and Thunderbolt. And it looks like we're in trouble in game 4. We're double debuffed now on our VULPIX, and we're met by the Shadow VULPIX. Writing is on the wall for us. There's not much we can do to win this game. It looks like we are going to go down in game 4, our first loss in Element Cup. GG to the opponent there. Alright, last match of set number 1. And we have a VULPIX lead. So not too bad for us. This matchup is surprisingly not terrible for the VULPIX. This first body slam does a decent amount of damage, just because everything does a decent amount of damage in Element Cup. We do decide to debuff, and he comes in with the Chikorita. This is a bad scenario for us. We have to shield the body slam here, and we have to really hope he shields this Bubble Beam bait, which he does. So we're going to come in and get a very nice farm down with our VULPIX. Don't have to worry about any damage from the body slams anymore since they've been debuffed. And we're coming out of this with a move and a half. Looks pretty good for us. So we'll be able to rip off this body slam here. And he shields it to keep his VULPIX alive to get off his move here. But I'm at another body slam. I'm not letting this thing go yet. So we're going to shield ourselves, and we're both down to 0 shields left. Comes in with a Cottony. If we can make it to this move, which we do, the Weather Ball, super effective damage, going to do a lot, brings down the Cottony. Let's go. 4-1 on our first set of Element Cup. Very exciting. All right, match number 1 of set number 2. It's another Shadow VULPIX. Swaps out right away to a Tentacool. I have no idea what to do. We get wrapped. I'm like, okay. I still have no idea what to do. I'm looking at my Mons in the back. Neither of them are a great answer for this thing. I guess I'm staying in with Ducklet. We can live the next wrap. We do. And we're going to launch this Brave Bird. Please don't shield this, because I don't have an answer for this thing. He lets it go. We're like, okay, we're up a shield. We have switch advantage. Things are in our court now. All right, VULPIX first VULPIX. We're up a shield. We know our Cottony doesn't have to worry about a VULPIX in the back. Comes in with a low tad. We'll meet it with a Cottony. This is basically GG. We probably should have let this go, knowing that we don't have to worry about Cottony. The VULPIX is our win con here. But we do decide to shield that, which made this game probably a little bit closer than it needed to be. We were up 2 shields. They probably weren't going to get to a ton of moves anyway, so we'll be able to farm this thing down here, which we do. All right, we got a dub for match number 1. Let's move on to match number 2. Another VULPIX. We're seeing a theme here, right? The Mons used in Element Cup, very meta Mons, are Ducklet, VULPIX, Chinchou, Cottony, and Chikorita. So we're gonna rip off this Bubble Beam bait here. It does get the shield, pretty good for us. In hindsight, I should have shielded the first body slam, but then they might not have shielded my Bubble Beam. just because the first one will do more. He no shields my bubble beam, but we're still gonna get a nice farm down here. If he made it to the sludge there, that sludge would have almost one-shot the VULPIX, but he only throws a seed bomb, and we're able to live it with plenty of health. We might live this bubble beam, just barely, and we're gonna get another body slam, so good for us. Comes in with the VULPIX. This isn't worth the shield. I already threw my energy. I wouldn't be able to farm this thing down, so we're just gonna take the 1v1 shield and farm this ducklet all the way down for our second win in set number 2. So things are going our way in the Element Cup so far. We built a couple mons that have 2 moves, but like I said, I'm gonna use them for Great League at some point. Ducklet's evolution isn't super useful yet, but you never know. Niantic might change the movesets in the future, so I don't think it's a terrible investment. Okay, so some people are running Aerial Ace and Brave Bird, which I actually think is maybe a better moveset. I know PvPoke recommends it. Here's a Chinchou. Not good to see a Cottony on the other side if you're running one of these things. Chinchou just totally walled by grass in this league. Has no play against it, with the Thunderbolt being resisted and the Bubble Beam being resisted. So our VULPIX here are going to have a ton of play against this Chikorita. Our Cottony are going to have a ton of play against this Chinchou. Our opponent doesn't have a ton of play here. We make it to another body slam here, and we'll just be able to farm this thing down the rest of the way. I decided to be a savage and no shield. I guess we could have shielded, but we knew whatever he could throw was not going to kill us there. So match number 4, set number 2. At 3-0 right now. Feeling pretty good about it. Ducklet versus Ducklet Mirror. These are rough. We're going to go with the Bubble Beam bait here. It's been working in the past. It works again. Opponent shields. We shield a Bubble Beam. We finally get paid back for all the Bubble Beam baits we've thrown. We do correctly shield the Brave Bird the second time around, which is good for us. We are not going to bait again. And the opponent lets it go. This might have been a misplay. VULPIX is not very good against Slowpoke. I probably should have let my Ducklet go down and then come in with the Cottony, because now I get met by the VULPIX and I just basically lose my Cottony. So this is a situation where I think I misplayed and I could have potentially won this game. Yeah, he's just gonna come in and clean this up now. So we're throwing a body slam here, get the shield, and we would have to make it to a Brave Bird here to win, but unfortunately the opponent's already out of move, and they're gonna take this one. GG to the opponent there. All right, match number 5, set number 2 coming at you. Okay, a Skrelp. This is another situation where I don't know the moveset of it. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but it looked like it was water gunning there. But we are met by another Ducklet, which we don't have a great answer for in the back. Okay, we go for the Brave Bird here, and we do clean house. We decide to switch out to the VULPIX here. This was my misplay. I should have went Cottony here. I would have been resisting the water guns and the Aqua Tails. We would have been in a much better spot. I did not want to come in with my Cottony because the charms would be resisted by the poison typing on Skrelp. And the opponent has a Cottony of their own. Things do not look good for us. Opponent shields our Seed Bomb. We're gonna shield theirs. We just don't have enough health to bring down both the Cottony and the Skrelp in the back. So he'll come in with the Skrelp and farms us down with Water Gun. You hate to see it. Still a positive set though, 3-2. Can't complain too much. Match number 1, set number 3. Prana, pretty good battler here. Ducklet versus Ducklet, another mirror. Let's see how we do here. Going for the Bubble Beam bait. It's been working all night. Let's see what happens. It works again. Opponent shields, gets debuffed. Feels terrible. We shield an Aerial Ace. So not bad, because Aerial Ace would do quite a bit more damage than the Bubble Beam, and we don't get debuffed. Opponent throws another Aerial Ace and then catches my Brave Bird onto a Chinchou. Very good play by the opponent here. We're going to come in and farm it the rest of the way with our Cottony, but we're kind of in a bad position here now. The Cottony is debuffed and going to get farmed down by a Cottony on the other side. So our best play at this point would be to come in with the VULPIX, knowing that the Cottony has a move, knowing that we need our shield in the back. So we no shield the Seed Bomb. The opponent comes in with the Ducklet here, and I thought I had enough health on my Ducklet to get to another move. I did not. I end up debuffing the Ducklet, but I get farmed down here, and we're in a very bad position now. Opponent throws a Bubble Beam bait there. And now can throw the... Throws another Bubble Beam. We're almost at 2 body slams here. He has 1 shield left. So this third Bubble Beam will knock us out. Yep. G to the opponent there. Alright, Oddish. This is the first time we've seen one of these. Let's see what kind of moveset it has. It has Razor Leaf. It looks like this match would be really close. We have high IVs on our Ducklet. The opponent thinks we're going to throw an Aerial Ace. We do not. We bait it with the Bubble Beam, and we shield their Seed Bomb. Looks pretty good for us. We're going to win switch. The opponent panics and swaps out. Comes in with a Ducklet of their own. We debuff it, come in with our Cottony, and start charming away. Okay, opponent throws an Aerial Ace there, and I basically identify that they're going to get to another move, so I need to take my shield back, which I do. I throw the Seed Bomb. They're going to be able to get to another move here. This Aerial Ace will get us very low. Free farm for whatever he comes in with. It's a Growlithe. So Growlithe, another Firemon in the Element Cup, has a lot of play. We're going to get hit by a Shadow Growlithe Body Slam here. It's going to hurt. It does. Fortunately for us, VULPIX is just tankier, able to take this move, and he cannot take our move from our VULPIX. And the opponent goes down there. GG to the opponent. Alright, we're first and Chris here. Already made it to Legend. Very good battler. Let's see how this plays out. Ducklet versus Ducklet Mirror. We've seen it all night. You know what we're gonna do. We're gonna start Bubble Beam baiting, right? Opponent Brave Birds. I'm like, holy smokes. They're debuffed. They're definitely going to shield this, right? Nope. I'm like, oh, it feels terrible. I'm hoping that they don't know how much energy I'm at because I threw the Bubble Beam bait. They do. I threw the Brave Bird the second time around and they correctly shield it. They throw a second Brave Bird. They swap out right away because they're super debuffed at that point. Probably would have gotten farmed down. They come in with their Chikorita and we meet it with the VULPIX. We'll live this second Body Slam and we should be able to farm this thing down the rest of the way, coming out of this with a move and a half. Looks pretty good. Opponent comes in with the Ducklet. We're going to rip off the Body Slam right away, get this thing down or get the second shield. Opponent lets it go, but we do get farmed down, unfortunately. Cottony comes in. I devise a plan here to come in with our Ducklet, Bubble Beam this thing to debuff the charms and the damage from the move. Opponent correctly no shields the Bubble Beam. Not knowing what we have in the back, we come in with a Cottony, and these moves from their Cottony are debuffed and they're all resisted. So the Seed Bomb does basically nothing there, and we're able to take that game there. So we did already verse this person in set number 1. Once you get to the higher elo ranges, you end up seeing the same people over and over again, sometimes even in the same day. This was about 45 minutes apart from the last time I fought this battler. We shield a bubble beam there, feels bad, and the opponent lets ours go, feels even worse. We're gonna go for the bubble beam bait here. We really need a shield. Opponent shields. All right, we're in a slightly better position now. All right, we take a Psyshock here that had been debuffed a single time, and we get the farm down the rest of the way. Opponent comes in with a Bulbasaur. Very bad wall for Cottony. The damage is going to do almost nothing, but the opponent shields our Seed Bomb, our double resisted Seed Bomb. This is a misplay by the opponent. Things are definitely looking up for us at this point. I probably should have shielded that Sludge. It does a ton of damage. We are going to get to this Body Slam here. We're up a shield here. We can safely shield whatever move this is. Unfortunately, we do get debuffed, but we're going to come out of this with a Brave Bird because we got debuffed, and this will bring down the Bulbasaur to get the win. Okay, this is another battler that we versed in set number 1. Very good battler here, able to identify what he did wrong the last time we battled. Me thinking that he saw me bait him multiple times with Bubble Beam in the previous matchup, he would not shield this time around. He does shield again though, which this time we did throw the Brave Bird. So we're committed. We have to throw a second Brave Bird here. We don't have a great answer for Ducklet. We are debuffed right now. I'm like, surely he's not going to shield again. He already debuffed us. No, he shields again. A Brave Bird would still do a ton of damage here. It would knock us out easily. So we shield, unfortunately, it is not, and we get Brave Birded. So we're in a bad position here. The opponent basically gets switched, and I could not remember what their team was. Comes in with a Chikorita. We're gonna get a juicy farm here. We know we can live 2 Body Slams. We'll come out of this with a move and a half. We do. And this is a pretty good play that they do here too. I basically have to come in with my own Ducklet to make sure that my VULPIX doesn't get farmed down. I don't want to throw my moves because it would be wasted energy on a very low HP Ducklet. But unfortunately, the opponent is at a move here. Can live 2 Body Slams anyway, and this Bubble Beam will bring us down. GG to the opponent there. That's our last battle for today. I really enjoyed Element Cup. I don't think it was as bad as the rap it gets in the community. I know a lot of people are playing Masters Classic right now, which is another good league. But overall, I would say it's probably like a 7 out of 10. I wanted to thank FP Sticks for letting me come on his channel. I wanted to thank FP Sticks for everything he does for our community. I wish him a speedy recovery. Make sure to like and subscribe on FP Sticks' YouTube channel. He makes some great content and helps us all out by learning Go Battle League and just being a good friend. So thanks very much, Taylor. Wish you a speedy recovery, and we'll see you in the next one.